For my senior trip, I'll be going to Barcelona, Spain. My name's Haylee Gash. I'll be 22 years old from Clearwater, Florida, working as a bartender, making $22,000 a year. The history of Barcelona, it started out in the Neolithic time periods, which is the end of the Old Stone Age, and the Romans took over and created the first city in Barcelona of Barcelona. From this came the medieval time period with the Renaissance and the Knights, and then they soon fell to the Bourbon troops. They started a period of recovery, and from this, they built a lot of cities and had an urban renewal, but then they had the Civil War, which suppressed a lot of their rights, but then regained a lot of strength afterwards in the 20th century. Some of the things you should wear while you're there as a tourist is to blend in more, because a lot of the locals don't like tourists because Barcelona is becoming a very populated tourist attraction. You should wear light fabrics and dress colors according to the season. So if it's summer, wear bright colors, winter, wear soft neutral tones. You should also be covered on their sacred grounds or their churches to respect their religion. A lot of the women should be conservative, and their shorts shouldn't be too short. They should go closer to the knees. And it's considered rude if you don't dress up to events, because they tend to be a very dressy area. Here are some of the things locals are wearing. She is completely covered. And here she has a dress that goes to her knees and she's not showing too much up here. And then here are some more trendy options that I would wear when I go. Some of the common scams in Barcelona is pickpocketing, and one of the most popular ones is the pigeon pickpocketing. It's where they'll spray mayo on you and then say a pigeon pooped on you, and they'll try to help you clean it up, but they'll just be taking your stuff. And another one is flowers for fools. These people with flowers will walk into restaurants, place a flower down on your table, and argue with you until you pay for it, causing a scene. So they'll make you pay a ridiculous amount just for you to get them out of your hair. And then you have the bump and bump, which is one person will bump you, another one will take your stuff. And then you have the friendly friend, which they'll stand outside of bars and wait for you to come out all drunk, needing help to get home, and they'll just rob you in the process. I'll be flying out of Houston, and 2 flights I did not choose was Air Mexico and Turkish Airlines for this one, because I just personally don't like Air Mexico. And then Super Saver Fare just didn't seem that reliable just based on the name. I just judged it. I chose Emirates Airlines because I've flown this one before and I personally love it. They give you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they give you a bunch of options to choose from. There's also free movies and free music on the flight. And in case you don't know where Barcelona is, I'll be flying out of Houston all the way to here. So it's just across the ocean. Where I'm going to stay is this little beach penthouse, which had a lot of good reviews on cleanliness and communication at location. It's right by the beach, which is where I want it to be. And it's going to be about $800 for my stay. 2 places I did not choose that were not as review friendly and closer to the beach are these 2 places. For transportation, I'll be doing the metro, which I have to buy a metro ticket from the airport to where I'm going, and then when I want to go back to the airport, that's another separate metro ticket, but I'll be buying a $10 metro ticket that lets me use the metro as much as 10 times, and then I'll be doing a lot of walking around this city as well. May 21st to 23rd, I'll be flying to Barcelona, and I'll get there on May 23rd, which I'll be flying Emirates, and my layover is in Dubai. On May 24th, I'll be going to the Gothic Quarter, which is the medieval time period. It's represented a lot here. It has a lot of the original buildings and structures, and so I figured I'd really want to see that and see where the beginning of Barcelona started up in. I'd also go to Park Güell, it has a lot of colors and lights, and it's just full of gardens and buildings that are really pretty, tiles everywhere, and I figured that'd be a really fun place to go visit. I'm gonna go to restaurant Belle Bon, which had really good reviews, and it's a pasta bar, and that's one of my favorite foods, so I figured I'd be able to find something there. Also, I have 1 meal for every day because I don't have much of an appetite when I go out of the country. On May 25th, I'll go tour the 1992 Olympic Park because I thought it'd be cool to see where the Olympics took place, and also because they had the Olympics there, they were able to gain a lot of strength after their Civil War. I'll also go paddleboarding in Siege, which I'd love to see the city like from the ocean, the lights, the sunsets. On that day, I'll go to restaurant Flax and Kale, which there was a lot of good reviews. It's a very like light like bread bar, and it's open, has a lot of windows, and I just wanted to try that out. On May 26th, I'd go to a lot of the markets, like downtown markets, the shopping, because it's really cool to see how a lot of the locals shop. Like, they don't go to, like, the name brand stores and everything. They go to what's local to them, and I figured I'd eat throughout the markets as well. On May 27th, I'd go to the beach, Barcelona, which is their major fishing port. So there's a lot of, like, tapas restaurants and fishing, seafood restaurants as well that I could go to. On this day, I'd also do an interactive Spanish cooking, which is it's me and a group go with a chef, and like he teaches us how to cook like true, authentic like Spanish food. On May 28th, I'll go to another beach because I'm a big beach person. It's the Nova Marbella. It's came up a lot after the Olympics in 1992, and the locals say it's one of the most peaceful beaches, and it's like a very popular to the locals. For food this day, I figured like if it's gonna be a beach day, I'd do like they have a cute sandwich shop, Beau Debbie, and they had really good reviews. It's like one of the most popular ones around that area. On May 29th, I would go to the Sagrada Familia Basila, which is a big church that started construction in 1882, and they're not projected to be finished at the earliest time, 2026. So I figured seeing the construction, see how it's brought up, would be really cool to see where it's come since then. On this day, I figured I'd go to a nice restaurant since it's my last day, Restaurant Mano Rota, and I wanted to try the lobster ramen and chocolate mousse for dessert because that sounds really good. May 30th, I would do a tapas and wine tour. Not so much touring today, just kind of like a food and wine time. On May 31st to June 1st, I'll be flying back, and my layover again is in Dubai, and then I'll be back in Lafayette. This is my budget. For my flight, it's going to be $1,800. For my hotel and stay, it's going to be about $900. And transportation, like with the metro and just the different tickets I have to buy, it'll be roughly $30. For snacks, like for dinners, it'll be about $300 as well. For all my museum tours and paddleboarding, it'll be $300. Some of them are free to go walk around in, but a lot of them you need like at least a general admission into. And for souvenirs and maps, I figured I would do $100 because I wouldn't need much. I'd mainly want the pictures that I take, and then also my hotel would be about $800. My budget is $3,400, which I'd actually be spending like $3,200. For 40 months, if I save $85, I'll have the money. My conversion is for every €1, it'll be $1.10, so that converts to about 3,870 euros. Thank you for your time.